my name is Harper Gates. I'm a shortstop, third baseman, right-handed pitcher committed to Texas A&M.
My name is JT Darden. I'm an outfielder, senior, committed to Oklahoma State.
Hi, I'm Jackie Bryant. I'm an outfielder and I'm committed to Texas State.
Hello, my name is Carson Reeder. I'm a right-handed pitcher committed to the University of Texas.
When given the opportunity to come to the Bennett School, what were some of the factors that made you make the jump?
I would say there was a lot of factors that went into it. The biggest one being just the daily grind of baseball and preparing and readying myself for the future.
I think everybody needs something different, and I felt like this gave the best opportunity for me to develop as a baseball player.
You know, there's a lot of goals for the future, and preparation and the development here is insane.
I feel like for me, as somebody that's committed to a D1, same as Jackie, is that, we're going to need to be able to get there as our freshman year and be able to compete. So coming here to the Bennett School gave us the best opportunity to get those reps and play better competition more consistently, so that when we, do get to, those big colleges, that we're ready to compete when we get there.
For people who may not know much about it, what does a typical day at the Bennett School look like for you guys?
Typical day, we get here around 8. We have our team meetings, which is motivational. We'll play some games in the morning, just some competition, get us ready for the day.
We'll have messages, play games, kind of just team bond, and then after that, we'll go lift.
We wake up and the first thing we do is, we're automatically competing against one another with grid games and just early morning talks and speeches.
We talk upstairs, play some games, kind of like some breakout stuff. And then, we do our weightlifting. I lift first, and then after that we do school for about an hour and a half.
Get our lift in, that takes about an hour and a half, and then we do our schoolwork for 2 hours.
Lift for about an hour and a half, then we have schoolwork, and then till about 12 o'clock, and then we can do indie work, and then go practice. Pretty efficient.
The workouts are really, really good. You can tell everyone enjoys them. And then right after the workouts, it's usually mobility and, just getting right for the day.
At that point, it's time for, lunch, or you can hit in the cage or do early work, depending on the day. And then we usually go out for practice at that time. But, from 11:30 to, when we let out, which is around 2:30, is pretty much all baseball specific.
Just the competition here it excels what traditional schools do, in my opinion.
Something I want to add to with that is just the consistency of everything, whether it be the weight room or getting out on the field and doing some kind of baseball that day. With the regular high school, you never knew what you were getting really, whether it be weight room or anything like that.
One of the coolest parts of the program is the travel schedule. What are you most excited about when it comes to traveling for baseball this season?
We're going to be traveling a lot of games in a short amount of time, and it's going to be similar to college.
We've said it first day that the competition and the schedule is going to be insane, and then whenever it got published, we were all pumped up and very excited about that.
Yeah, I think it's going to mimic, college and pro ball, which, was a big thing of why I came here as well, is because, it's going to get me ready and kind of get me accustomed to that feeling, because, we're going to be on bus rides, we're going to be on plane rides, we're going to have to, travel and then play right after. So it's going to really mimic what college and pro ball is going to be like. So it's just an opportunity to be accustomed to that.
The traveling is going to be just like college schedule. We get to travel, do buses, do planes, be in a team hotel, build team chemistry.
Everything's not going to be perfect. We're not always going to be feeling our best. We're not always going to have the greatest sleep, but I think it's just going to be a grind, and we just got to go out there and do what we do.
There's definitely games that are highlighted for sure. I mean, we open up at Barb, and then the day after that we play Sam Houston, and then we play IMG a few weeks later. The schedule is just, it's the best competition you can get, and that's something that at a normal high school you wouldn't really get.
You're officially named the Bennett School Rebels. I heard the team pick the mascot. How did that happen, and why the Rebels?
I think it just spoke to what we were. I mean, we got a lot of criticism. We had a lot of people telling us that this thing wasn't going to work out, and I think we kind of went against the grain, and we bet on ourselves, and now we're ready to show people what we can do.
We had a team decision of being called the Rebels. We're doing something different. It's out of the ordinary. It's not your traditional high school where that's what where you live, that's where you go to school.
So I think, leaving, our old schools and coming here, we made that like rebellious decision to come here and work hard for ourselves and better our career.
We're rebels, so we rebelled against, everyone that was, saying stuff against us, how they said it was a dumb idea. We came here wanting to do something different, and that's definitely what we are doing. So competing, building a team chemistry and a culture that no one else outside of the school thought we could have, and we're just being different.
How do you think this experience has prepared you for what's next, whether that's college baseball, the workforce, or life in general?
I think this has prepared us for just the grind, whether it be college baseball, life in general, waking up early, having a set routine, doing what needs to be done every single day, and just putting your head down and doing it and not complaining about anything.
We have a lot of talent here, and it teaches you to compete. It teaches you to fail. I mean, it's not like at your normal high school where you can go fail and there's no one else. There's no one else to play for you. Like you're that guy. Here we have guys that are just the same as us. So I think it teaches us to compete. And then also just in life, you got to do what's best for you. I mean, not everyone's the same. Everyone's gonna have their own opinions, and you have to do what you have to do.
I would definitely say the routine's a big part. You have your routines that are set, and you already have that routine built. And I just feel like that's a big plus because we're over here grinding like crazy, and then everything else from here on out is gonna be a grind. And whether it's getting to college, wherever you're committed, starting as a freshman, or getting that opportunity as a freshman just to be ready to go.
Yeah, I'd say that first and foremost, it's about, doing what's best for you, like he said, and picking, what's right for you. Like the tough decision that a lot of us made to come here, you're going to have to make tough decisions like that when you get into, the real world and you have a family and everything like that. So I think that taught us, how to, do the hard thing.
There's been a huge effort to stop this baseball model from being successful. Numerous media publications have refused to cover the Bennett School and have turned down ad sponsorships from the Bennett School in fear that they will lose their more profitable ad money they receive from local high schools. The Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association sent an email to every high school baseball coach in the state with the quote, "Advice for high school coaches to help keep this baseball epidemic from spiraling out of control." One of the quotes that the organization posted is, "How do we keep our players and their parents from falling into this trap?" When you hear that quote, do you feel like this is a trap, or has your experience been different?
My experience has definitely been different, and I'd say it goes more than just baseball. I mean, I came here expecting the baseball aspect, the development, but what I've felt most proud of is our fellowship life. I think we've all grown really close. That's been a very big thing for us every week. Growing closer with God, and then just building those relationships. I mean, that's been really my most favorite part, and learning who you are outside of baseball, and knowing that you're a child of Christ first, not just a baseball player.
In no way whatsoever is it a trap. Like I said, everyone who came here, they have plans and they have a goal. And as of right now, everyone, from the start of the year, we do this testing, and everyone has excelled their testing. Everyone has goals for the future, and right now, people have already hit those goals. We've had pitchers PR. We're having hitters hit balls that we've never thought they could hit. You know what I mean? So it's big, and I mean for people to comment on stuff like that about it being a trap, in no way is it a trap.
When I first came here, I kind of knew I was going to get, the baseball part like Jackie said, but I didn't really know what to expect in terms of it being like a school, because we've only known public school. And to begin with, it was definitely weird, but as, the time has gone on and everything like that, like Jackie said, we've grown together as a team and we've bonded, and it's been a really great time to, be able to, get with these guys and do our FCA meetings and get closer to God and do all those things. And I don't think it's a trap. I think that if all those guys and all those coaches and all those people that are, talking about it, I think that if they spent just, a few days here and, just really behind the scenes and just see what we do and see all the stuff that we are unable to do, I think that they would have definitely a change of mind, change of heart.
Since you guys decided to come to TBS, we witnessed members of the Texas high school baseball community attack you and or your parents' decision on social media and elsewhere. How does that make you feel, and do you regret coming to the Bennett School?
I don't regret it at all, and everything else is just extra noise, and you don't let that get to you, because when you start feeding into that and listening to it, if anything, it just gives you motivation to prove them all wrong.
I don't regret it one bit. We have different goals than, I would say, your average high school baseball player. I feel like this situation for us was what was best for us.
Definitely, there's outsiders and everything, and the motivational part on that's big. It motivates all of us, but I'll tell you, there's not one kid in here that has regretted their decision. Everyone else loves to come here. People come in and it's like, wow, they're all surprised about what we're doing, and then they're wanting to join it. So it's pretty awesome.
And a thing I would add to that is there's people that have said they don't like it, and then when they come and check out a day in the life, their whole mindset changes on it completely.
For sure.
Yeah, me personally, I didn't face any really criticism from my high school coach, which I'm blessed for. Like, he wasn't too, upset, or, he still wanted me, but he still understood it, But from other, high school coaches, I really didn't face anything like that, but I know a lot of these guys did. But in terms of, making that decision, I think it was a pretty easy one, and I don't regret it at all. I feel like I've grown so much as a baseball player and as a teammate that I wouldn't have gotten at a regular high school. So,
Looking back over the last 6 months, what benefits have you personally seen from being in this school and baseball environment?
Some benefits I've personally have had has been just the consistency of the weight room. Monday, Tuesdays is upper body, lower body, which that's a big need. And then Wednesdays are running day, sprint work, all about getting faster. And then Thursday straight mobility, recovery, which that's helped out a lot. And then Friday is just a full body workout, which all that has tremendously helped my body, helped me get bigger, faster, stronger. And then just like the reps we take too, like every day we have rep day, which is 30 minutes a day. We'll go out, take some ground balls, do some technique stuff. And all that has just kind of benefited me in a good way.
I would definitely say the weight room as well. My body, I came in with 195, and then we did a full assessment after the first semester. Dennis, who is our head workout guy, he did a whole assessment. I lost 5 pounds of body fat and gained 10 pounds of muscle. So right now I'm around 195 to 200. Just my body's changed. And honestly, I can say that about the whole team. Everyone that goes in there works their tail off and just stays consistent through Dennis's workouts. Their bodies have dramatically made a change, so that's awesome. The reps are awesome.
So a message to parents and players. If you're a player or parent considering this path and feeling unsure, what would you tell them based on your experience?
I think you should do it. I mean, it's like I said, it's more than baseball. It's like it teaches relationships, and I really just love our fellowship life. That I've been most proud of that these last couple months. I mean, I think we've all grown closer to God, and we've gotten closer too.
I would definitely say do it, because for me personally, it has changed my thought process. It has helped me emotionally, mentally, and 100% physically. And I mean, my parents have seen the jump as well. I've seen it in myself, and there are a few pro scouts and some college coaches I've talked to along the way. I mean, they've seen it as well. So it's definitely a big plus.
I'd say that the people that are questioning it, or have some questions about it, or don't really know much about it and want to know, I think that they should have the opportunity to come by and see what we get to do. Like I said, I think that after they get to see what we get to do here, and the type of culture that we're building, and the type of development that we get on the baseball standpoint, I think that it would be a no-brainer for anybody who wants to be a professional baseball player. So I think that anybody who's wanting to do this or has some questions about it, it's definitely a no-brainer if they just spend some time with us and everything like that, without all the critics saying whatever they want to say. But I think that we've done a good job of kind of not worrying about what they have to say, but kind of doing what we need to do to become better men and better baseball players.
Some people say coming to a school like this that you won't gain any social skills and you'll kind of be outcast. Have you made any new friends or improved your social skills at all?
100%. We came in here, barely knowing anybody, and as of right now, this team, both teams are very, very tight, and I'd say the social skill, you know, it played a big part. We came in not really knowing anybody, and we became really close friends like that. So,
Do you think it's a bonus to have an entire classroom filled with guys that have the same goals and aspirations?
I would say 100%. You have those guys that have the same goals, that want the same thing you do. It's beneficial to yourself with those goals, so you don't get sidetracked or lose focus of what you really want to do and what's important to you. Being a Rebel has taught me how to win, what's important now, and that's the motto we kind of go by every day, and that's the one we live by.
Being a Rebel has taught me. Let me think. You go first.
All right. Being a Rebel has taught me to think for myself. I think that, you know, coming here, like I said, like we've said many times, it was a hard decision, and it was one for the better. So it definitely taught me to do what was best for me and kind of have those thoughts for myself without having somebody else dictate my life for me.